Hello, my name is Jack Storm, and welcome to finally the interview with Sir Bedlam Productions, also known as Jacob. I'm going to be asking him kind of a few questions about the game and how it was whenever he was making the game. So I guess we can get straight into it. Okay. First question: what was your inspiration in making Black Rose?
Um, kind of just well, a lot of my inspiration comes from Fatal Frame, the Fatal Frame series. That's where I got most of my inspiration to become a game developer. Because I don't know if you've heard of those games before, but I started playing them when I was like 7 or 8, and yeah, and so Black Rose was kind of just like a it started out as an experimental game where I wanted to see what kind of stuff people liked, like what people found scary, and so I started that. And way back when it was the original version, it was like really basic and everything, but it was I tried to I mean for pretty much everything I make. I mean most of my inspiration is from like Fatal Frame. I just really like those, and though I wanted to make something that was because I like the feel of those games. So I try to do my best, but then it turned out kind of not exactly what I wanted. It was a little too clean. I don't know if you've seen the like way back the original version, but then I updated it, and yeah, it was mostly just like I wanted to get into creating games, and so I did. Yeah, I just started something. I decided, okay, I'll use this, and it started out pretty simple, but then it kind of evolved after that. So it's kind of just like random brainstorming, coming up with things.
Cool, very interesting. I don't think I've really ever played Fatal Frame, but I've sure heard of it. It's pretty interesting. Awesome. Uh, Next question is: did you make this game all by yourself, or did you have like help from other people and stuff like
I made it all by myself, and on the expansion story mode, there is uh, my sister did a voice. My sister and her friend did the voices, two voices at the end, but yeah, other than that, it was all me.
that? Awesome, awesome. And were you the Sullivan voice?
Yeah, well, the dead version of him,
Yeah,
Uh, at the end, I don't know if you've seen the end of the story mode. Well, the the true ending, basically.
yeah.
That's where my sister and her friend did their voices, and my sister did Myrtle's voice, and then her friend did Sullivan's voice. But it was supposed to be, their natural voices. But Sullivan's, while he's chasing you, the noises he makes, and just at different points that, yeah, it's, of course, they're altered, but yeah, that was me.
Awesome. And apart from Black Rose, what was your favorite game?
Uh, hmm, my favorite game would definitely, you mean, not one that I've created, right?
Yeah, not one you've created, just a game that you all in all enjoy playing for yourself.
Well, I would have to decide between one of the Fatal Frame games. Probably, I mean, I love all of them, but probably my favorite one is Fatal Frame 2.
Yeah,
It's
interesting.
actually the first one I played.
Yeah. Next question is why Sir Bedlam games? Like, what's the whole meaning?
Um, well, Bedlam means, kind of like chaos and stuff, and a lot of my creations are just so random and kind of chaotic. It doesn't, a
Yeah.
lot of stuff I make, not just my games, but pretty much everything. So kind of got that idea like, oh, this, like, because I have these, it's chaotic. Like my mind all the time is chaotic because I have like this overactive imagination. I'm always coming up with things. Uh, so it was a name I came up with several years ago. It for just for my music because I would make music, but then when I started coming out with more things like videos and then eventually Black Rose. It's the name I went with because I decided it was, fitting for me and how my brain works, basically.
Yeah. Do you have any hints for the next game you're creating?
Well, let's see. I have currently three games in progress. I usually have at least two. Let's see. Well, there's Otherworld Hospital. Um,
Hmm.
that is currently on Steam, Greenlight. Uh, so Lucid, the Lucid series. Lucid Chapter 1, it's going to be released in chapters. That I'm actually going to do that. I think right now, I think just on Game Jolt. And I'm not sure which of those, because then there's another one also called Cradle Falls, which I actually haven't announced at all. This is the first I'm speaking of it. It's going to be a pretty simple game, but Lucid is, for example, I mean, for one of the games, it takes place in a dream world. It's not actually real. I mean, you play as Linda, of course. That's the character I use in all my games, and you basically have to conquer these nightmares that they manifest themselves in the dream world as monsters, but they each represent things in real life, like types of people in real life, and so there's that. And Otherworld Hospital is about again Linda. That's I mean all my games use Linda, so uh, it's basically about she dies and she gets in a car accident and dies, and he's taken to a hospital, and she has an out of body experience where she has to she's in the same hospital, but it's a different layer, like a different dimension, and she has to run around collecting the orbs that are what remain of uh, trapped spirits that have been trapped in that layer. So around collecting those, I think I mean I'm pretty sure like pretty much all of this is explained in the trailer. And then lastly, the Cradle Falls takes place in a forest, and basically, I don't want to give away too much, but there's a path, and you have to get back um, to the entrance of the forest. But there, I'll just say things that are trying to get you off the path because they're trying to kill you. And the objective is to stay on the path and make it to the entrance. So yeah, I don't want to give away too much, but those are the three ones I'm currently working on. It's kind of it's a little bit difficult working on all three. I like trying to keep them even. Not sure which one I want to try to hurry up and finish. I mean, I'd like to hurry up and finish all of them, but yeah, it's uh, kind of just balancing.
Yeah, sounds very interesting, and I sure hope to play them on my YouTube channel. Um, Now, this is something I kind of wanted to ask myself while I was thinking of these questions, but your YouTube picture is of a cat. What's the story
Yeah.
behind that cat?
Well, that's actually Roger. He's from Open Season 2. He's my favorite character from Open Season 2. It's I don't know if you've seen it or not or heard of it, but it's a cartoon, well, animated cartoon. And yeah, it's one of my favorite movies. It's yeah, but I mean that's my favorite character from. He's kind of crazy, and I like cats. I really like cats, so that's yeah. It's just how that came about.
Yeah, and this is kind of a theory that I made myself, but in Black Rose there is the newspaper, and it says uh, Myrtle and Sullivan's kids, and I had a theory that the character that you play as is the daughter. Is that by any chance true?
No, um, no, it's still just Linda. She's in Black Rose. There's no real. backstory or really anything on who Linda is. That's just in the description and everything. But I'm going to go in because she has like a whole life story, and I have I think it's 18 games planned that are just in my head that I haven't even been able to really like officially start. That I have thought of and brainstormed for over the years, and they're all Linda, but no, she's not. She doesn't have any connection to Myrtle or Sullivan. It's I kind of 'cause in the original version, people were saying, "Oh, there's no story," and they weren't a story. So I was like, okay, I need to think of a story." Um, so I came up with that, but it's not. It doesn't, it doesn't have anything. They don't have anything to do with Linda, the character you're playing.
Okay. And do those two children, will we ever see them ever again in any of your next games?
Uh, no, probably not. I mean, Black Rose it's pretty much because I do have references in some of my games to other games, but Black Rose it's mostly just a standalone game, so they're uh, probably not. The only outside reference that's in there is, well, a reference to the first chapter of Lucid that I think only one person has found. It's an Easter egg, but yeah, the probably not. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, that has to wrap up the video for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Jacob, for doing this interview with me. I know you didn't really have to, but you chose to. And I guess that's it. Is there anything you want to say?
Uh, no, just thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and sub for more videos. And with all that said, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.